Hi again, everybody. It's 5 o'clock in New York, not 24 hours after Michelle Obama delivered that ominous warning that things can and will get worse under Donald Trump. A 3-year investigation into the Russian attack on the 2020 election confirms her fears. A Republican-led Senate committee finding extensive contacts between Russia and the Trump campaign in 2016. A Republican-led Senate committee affirming special counsel Robert Mueller's finding that Russia aided Trump's candidacy and the Trump campaign welcomed it. A Republican-led Senate committee affirming the assessment of the U.S. intelligence community, some of whom are now under investigation by Trump crony Bill Barr, that there was, quote, an extensive web of contacts between Trump campaign advisors and Russian government officials and other Russians, including some with ties to the country's intelligence services. That's based on the New York Times reporting on the report, which adds, quote, the report by the Senate Intelligence Committee, totaling nearly 1,000 pages, provided a bipartisan Senate imprimatur for an extraordinary set of facts. The Russian government undertook an extensive campaign to try to sabotage the 2016 American election to help Mr. Trump become president. And some members of Mr. Trump's circle of advisors were open to the help from an American adversary. More plainly, a Republican-led panel found the smoking gun again, and it's the Trump campaign holding it against the head of America's democracy. And while it might explain Trump's failure to protect American troops from the threat posed by Taliban fighters, reportedly promised bounties by Russia for killing U.S. soldiers, it does not make clear exactly what, if anything, may be underway or possibly planned during all those unreported, unread out, unstaffed out calls and meetings between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin when it comes to an encore performance in 2020. But former Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice warned last night in an interview that we should not be surprised if Russia tries to meddle with the vote tallies or voter rolls.
We know at least what the intelligence community has said publicly recently, that Russia is again actively trying to interfere in our election. And they're doing it through a variety of means. In 2016, they tried to infiltrate the voting systems of a number of different states. They didn't succeed at that time in actually manipulating, say, the voter rolls. So if you show up at the polls, you're not registered where you think you're supposed to be registered. And they didn't succeed in trying to mess with the vote tallies. But I don't think we should assume that just because they didn't succeed the first time, they won't continue to try.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.